Hello, 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 everybody. I don't know why I go to that. It takes me away. Welcome to Finish It or Focus on It Fridays again. Yay. Oh, goodness gracious. They changed things around, so like now it does that. Before I could like click on this one and it would just leave it there. Hello, hello, Lana. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I'm running a little bit behind already. So the way Finish It or Focus on It worked in the past, we would roll a dice, or at least I would roll a dice, and we would pick from a list of projects. But I'm just going to do things a little differently right now. I'm basically just going to pick some projects that I know that I can get done if I focus on them over the next week. So I have picked my 2 wearables because they are close to being done. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this, even though I was wanting to wait till it was done, but I'm going to show you just so you guys can see it. And honestly, I can't remember if I've shown it or not. So this is the Hexi Cardi that I am making in the colorway Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. So it's going to be hard to show you the whole thing. I don't know why my internet's so glitchy. Hello! So I have tails to sew in, but that's okay. Alright, StreamYard, why are you making me glitchy? Like, I'm moving around like a glitch. And here is the other side with the ribbing done on the hands. Or the wrists. Here's the back. And I got my length on there. I've got the ribbing done across the bottom. And I'm going to work the ribbing. As you can see here, I started up this side. I'm going to go all the way up to the neck. And then I'm going to come across here and come back down this side and end the ribbing there. So now I don't know how long that's going to take, but that should be doable over the next week as long as I can put work into it. I haven't touched it in a while, and so that's why I'm like, I need to get this done, get them out. I'm trying to, why is this so glitchy? This is driving me bonkers. And this like new stuff over here on the side. There we go. That's better. All right. And then the other wearable that I have is the sweater that I started making with Marty from Flossom Crochet. So here is the sweater. I've got one sleeve on and done with the wrist done. This is a raglan, so it started at the neck. This is already done. I just have to finish the bottom here. Put the ribbing, I'm going to put ribbing around the bottom of it as well. So that's all that's left on the bottom of this, and then I just have to do the one sleeve. The sleeve shouldn't take me that long, a day or so. And then the ribbing on the cuff, or the wrist. So, and it's not as loosey-goosey as I had wanted it to, but you know, for my first one, I'm not too upset. And I will definitely have to wear a little t-shirt underneath this because it is stretchy. So it is quite see-through. And I don't do the see-through shirts. So I just have to basically color control. So this is going to be this. I worked the outside of this on the other sleeve until it got to here. I cut it. And so this, I'm going to start from the center out to finish the bottom of this. And then again, I'm going to take one of these. I have 2 of these left. So I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to pull this. I'm going to go like in here like this and try and pull this center out and try and get as close to the color match of the shoulder as I can from here. Hello, everybody. Yay, you got your box. I'm so happy. Tammy got her box. So those are 2 small projects that I'm going to focus on over the next week and get completed. I would like to also try to finish this, but I doubt, I probably shouldn't bring this one in, because this one, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet. I really want to keep it for myself because it's one of my first blanket patterns that I made. But then I also had said I was going to donate it to Boggy. Maybe I'll make another one of these for Boggy. I don't know. So there's that. There's my focus on it projects. Right, Vivian? I'll probably wear like a white one or something underneath it. Just, underneath that sweater. And then, y'all, I started working on... Oh, how many did I say I had? I counted this, and then I came down here rushing to get on because I was like, oh, it's 12:59. I need to start my live. Thank you. So do you guys have any focus on it or finishing projects that you would like to try to finish or focus over the next week? Not necessarily finish, but focus on it. Put a lot of focus into it over the week. While you guys answer that, I'm going to try and count this really fast again. I think it was 100. I don't remember now. I think it was 127. 127 is not, hold on. 127, no, that's not 127. If it's 127, that's not right, because I need 4 plus 2. So I need 124 divided by 4. Okay, so I can do it needs to be 126. You keep wanting to start new things? Me too. I'm going to keep counting this real quick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28, 29, 30. $31, $32, $33, $34, $35, $36, $37, $38, $39, $40, $42, $43, $46, $47, $48, $49, $50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Yeah, I dropped it and I lost where I was at. This is why you use stitch markers. Oh, I should just leave my stitch markers in this time until I get this figured out. Oh, goodness gracious. Hopefully finishing a punch. Well, hopefully you will. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just going to go, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We'll do 20 like I did before. I tried to do 156 for this blanket, and it was way too long, or it kept growing after I put more rows on it. And I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now I am trying to reduce it down a little bit, but I didn't pull enough out, or I pulled too many out, or I didn't pull enough out, and so now my numbers are all wonky again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I just hope I'm counting right, because I feel like sometimes my fingers don't land on the right spot. You're making, let's see, first batwing sweater. Ooh. A Northern Lights blanket from an old pattern book. That sounds fun. Going to get my diamond art painting done. I had to get a new light for it. Then when oh, that sounds cool too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I keep dropping it out of my fingers and then I lose my spot. And so I'm not confident exactly where I need to put my finger back on. So I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. As soon as I get this counted, I'll show you guys what I'm doing because it's the blanket that I made this morning. But I'm actually making a full-size blanket instead of just doing a sample. I want to have a full-size blanket to show. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I'm using, wait for it, I'm using another mandala gradient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I have, this is my foundation row. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 127. So I need to go to, math. Let's see. 128 divided by 4. Okay, so I can divide 128 by 4. So I need to add 2 more to that. So I need to do 130. And the reason I have to do that is I need 2 extra stitches. So I have 127. There's 128. 129, and then 130. So the cable stitch that I used this morning is a multiple of 4 plus 2. So that way, because it creates this on the edges here, right here, it kind of dips in a little bit. And so if you didn't have that one double crochet on the end, it would dip in a whole lot more. You'd have like this like cutout almost. So instead of having a deep cutout, you just have kind of a little bit of a dip right there. I honestly don't know how to fix that. So I'm just going to leave it like that. That's how the edge is going to look. So why is it doing that? There we go. Okay, I had to fix the comments. All right, so I have my 130 stitches here. So I'm just going to sit here and crochet on this while I talk to you guys and work on my blanket. So this is going to be a little bit of a crochet with me, crochet and chat, as well as finish it and focus on it Friday. So I'm focusing on this right now for the show, for the episode, whatever you want to call this. So I'm just going to go along here and do my cable. So are you guys having a good Friday so far? I feel like all I've been doing is playing with this blue yarn all morning. Well, after we got school done. So I will say this works up fairly quickly. I was able to get all the way to the row after the bead stitch with the extended double crochet, and then I ripped it back out because my bead stitch didn't line up at the end right. So to make a built-in border. Yeah, I could do that, but I need to make sure I stick to the 4 plus 2. So I need like whatever I take away. So I have 4 stitches I can mess with that I can put on either end. So I could put 3 on each end. Maybe that's what I'll do. You got to clean the pool and bathrooms and wait, hold on. You got to clean the pool and you had to clean the bathrooms and do the laundry and the floors. Ugh. I don't envy you. Although I do envy the pool. Because, you know, you take advantage of being able to get in the pool to clean that, right? Did I do my math right? So if I took one set of cables out, I should be able to do those 4 stitches, divide it between the 2 ends, and so that would be 2 on both ends, plus the one that's already there, so it'd be 3 on each end. So it would be this instead of just the one. So we'll see how that works. But I had thought about that, Vivian, but I hadn't done the math, and since you brought it up, I was like, well, I'm already here at the beginning of this row. I could go ahead and try it. Nothing you wanted to be doing. Well, this is true. Playing with yarn is so much better than any of that. But honestly, you got to get in the pool, though, right? Oh, it's too cold to get into just yet. Oh, that stinks. But yet you... Wait, hold on. Haven't you been in the 80s? My kids would be begging to get in the pool at 80 degrees. I'm like, It needs to be 90 degrees outside before I get in the pool. Because 80 degrees is still a little on the chilly side for water for me. You're making a cardigan of Juan's medley stitch blanket. I wonder if I got my pattern yet. I put in my code for my March pattern, and I had a feeling I can't tell you guys what it is because, he hasn't released it yet. But he showed us a sneak peek of it on Thursday. And I kind of got this feeling of what it would be. And I'm not going to say. But I think you're going to like it, especially the colors that he showed it in. Hello, Izzy. Oh my goodness, this cable stitch, every once in a while catch myself. I have to pull my hook back out of, because it tries to go through 3 stitches or 3 loops when it only needs to go through 2. Hello, Manuela. So yeah, I cannot divulge anything because I don't think he hasn't said anything about it yet. And I don't think I've said any more other than that it's something that will be coming soon, I guess. I don't know when because he didn't say. And even if I did know, I would, and he, if it was mentioned in the Zoom, I can't talk about it. So, and that's okay with me. Anyway, I am trying to work this blanket up because I want to try to get it out soon. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of time to work on that first one I put out for blanket. So that's why I'm working on this one, and you guys will just get to see me work on it and see it, and then you'll get the tutorial someday down the road. Don't know when, because I still, I realized this morning we're a week into March and I still got to finish my flag. I still haven't done that yet. But that'll get done. That'll definitely be a focus on it to be done by next Friday, but I'll have that hopefully done over the weekend. Because I'll have the time to do it because we're not doing anything tomorrow. I mean, I might get some house cleaning organized and stuff, but that's about it. You're going to work on the pop blanket, the cross pop. It does look like a poppet. I love that. I love poppets too. It worked out nice. And y'all, I love the name of this one. I need to look and see, but I don't think there's a tutorial of anything out there named the name that we came up with for this. So I like the name that we came up with. Oh, Izzy, you're fine. Life happens, and family and work is important. No worries, don't stress. Just catch the replays if you feel like it. I'll say the only thing that slows me down a little bit with this cable stitch is making sure I skip one and then I have to go back into it and make sure that the double crochet is extended enough that it's not too tight, because you don't want to make it like too tight and cinch it in or make it buckle or whatever. You said no, you're fine. It's the cross pop. I knew which one you were talking about, so it's okay. I'm not offended by you calling it something else. Not at all. There we go. Now I can. I don't like that angle though. It shows too much of my my midsection. But now you can see me a little better. I love that you're working on it. I need to see progress. If you've made any progress since the last time you showed me. And I need to go and see, I did it again. I don't want to go through all three, just the first two. I need to go check my Facebook group and see if you guys have posted anything new, because I don't get notifications that people post in it. I mean, I do, but I don't. I don't get like instant notifications. I get like the number count, like when I go into my Facebook app, it shows me that I have, so many unread notifications or whatever. But it's just not alerting me, if that makes sense, that when I get them. So like days will go by after somebody's posted something, and I'm like, oh, and you guys are supposed to be like your posts are supposed to be submitted for approval. So I'm wondering if Mary Ann's helping me out and approving them for me, because I have her as one of my admins. So anyway, I want to get this row done so I can show you guys this yarn I'm using. It's really pretty. I thought about just doing like kind of like it's not the same idea that I got from Juan, but he was doing a blanket. I think he finally finished it. I'm not sure. Where he would go through a skein of color and then he would switch to the new color. And so what I was thinking is with this blanket, the Across the Twisted Plains blanket, oh, I love that name. Oh my goodness, the granny squares are easy, Izzy. Super easy. I'll have to maybe do Juan has a great tutorial, honestly. He'd probably do a better job explaining it than me. Go check his channel out. Look for the perfect granny square. He put it out in the last couple months, so it's not, you won't have to go too far back. It was recent. I want to say January, February-ish. But anyway, what I was thinking is once I finished a mandala cake, I would go to a new color. But now I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't just do like I'm doing with my cross pop and start, and just do the fade in and out, where I go from dark to light to back to dark, back out to light, back, just kind of going back and forth. So I started with the dark on this one because I thought starting from the center with the light would look a little funky. I don't know. I guess it really doesn't matter, but I just thought it would look better starting from the darker end of the cake. So I'm using this one. It's the blue, the navy blue one in the mandala gradient. And I actually hooked up to a 6.5 instead of a 5.5 this time. Yeah, this says 5.5. This one is the steel blue. This is the steel blue one that I'm using. So what I was talking about is I started from the dark. I'm working my way in to the light, and then I'm going to take the next one, and I'm going to go from the light out to the dark. So that is what I got going so far. Isn't that cool looking? I do too. Granny squares can be one of those projects I can just pick up and make one, and not have to think too much about it. I think bringing this down a few stitches, I was at 156 and I laid it across my table, which is a normal 6-foot table, maybe less than that, I don't know. It fits 6 people around it, 2 on either side and 1 on either end. So I don't know, what is that, a 5 to 6 foot table? And this thing laid on it with 156 stitches just felt way too long. And so I don't know if it just expands as you put stitches on it or what, but it was also curving. So I don't know if it's just my foundation row does that, because for some reason I'm trying to get better at making the foundation half double crochet row where my chain is loose, that you chain as you make the stitch row, if that makes sense. Have you guys ever heard of those rows where you don't chain, you just you actually create the bottom chain and the stitch all in one foul swoop, and so you do it however many stitches you need across. So I did 120, what did I say, 130 stitches across here, half double crochet, foundation half double crochets. And then all I had to do was, when I was done with that 130th stitch, without having to chain and then go back across, once I finished the 130th foundation half double, I literally was able to just turn and start my second row. And that is the row that I'm on with the cables here, the cable stitch from the dictionary. So I have come to really like that, but I have to be careful because I need to make sure that when I'm doing when you do the chain one part of it before you complete the stitch, you have to make sure that that's loose, because if it's too tight, it will cause your foundation row to do this instead of be like this. So I think right now it's laying better. I'm still having to manipulate it straight, but honestly, I think as I add to it, maybe it'll get straighter. I don't know. Me too, Vivian. I've come to really like them. I've come to really like the foundation stitches, because then you don't have to chain, you know? It's either the foundation chain that I like to do, the foundation stitches, or not foundation chain, the foundation stitches, or Mama Swift's, where she does the cluster row thing, where she chains 3 and then you double crochet back into the third chain 3, double crochet back into the chain 3, and you do that as for wide as you need, or however many stitches you need. But that one requires doing math, and then I have to remember that the foundation row that she does with that, it creates a whole new look, because you're creating what looks like granny stitches at the bottom. Granny clusters is what I call them. No, that one doesn't have it. That one doesn't have it either. Like this one. So like down here on this bottom row, it has those clusters. I think that would change the overall look if I were to try to use that with this pattern. I think, it would make it look different down here. So that is the blanket I'm working on right here, is this pattern. So I don't know if you guys got to see it. I got another repeat in there before. I didn't do another row of half doubles, but almost. So anyway, yeah, with the foundation stitches, you just got to make sure that you do that chain part loose, or you get the bowing. that I call it. But yeah, I think the granny cluster would give this blanket a whole different look at the beginning. I mean, it would still look the same after that row, but like, I just think it would change, I don't know, the look of the cables, maybe. So I love the name of this now, Across the Plains. I need to, like I said, I need to look on YouTube and make sure nobody else has used that name for anything else. And y'all, this thing right here is amazing. With these mandala gradients, when I start from the outside, I throw it on this. When I come from the inside, I don't use it. But when I have it when I come from the outside, I put it on my little contraption here. And you can see I frogged and spun it back on there. So now I've gotten to where I'm back to where I can pull from it with what I frogged off after I started going again. So this is my third, I think this is my third go at this blanket. So I started it, then realized it was too much, so I frogged it out, took out the couple stitches, started back up again. But then when I got to the end of the bead row, I realized I didn't have enough stitches to do the correct skipping and whatnot that I needed to. So then I had to frog it back out again. That's the other thing about the foundation stitches is you can almost like, you know, if you need extra stitches, you just literally frog back to the foundation row and then you add on the stitches you need to, or if you need to take stitches away, you just take a couple out and then you get back to going again. Whereas like if you chained and then went back across, you would have to frog the entire thing, recount your chains, and yeah, I just feel like these foundation stitches are so much easier to deal with. This one was like $16 on Amazon, the one I got. It's not a name brand one. It's probably made in China. Which, what is it anymore? But anyway, it works great. And, you know, I didn't use it a whole lot in the beginning when I first got it, but since using these mandala gradients, I've definitely been using it. I had 3 stitches at the end, y'all, and I went, oh, fudgesicles. I don't have enough to do another cable stitch. But then I realized Vivian and I had come up with doing 3 on the end. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I should have 3 there. So I have 3 on the end, just regular stitches. So hopefully that'll straighten my edges up a little bit. All right, I don't chain anything. I literally just turn. I pull my loop up just to, you know, to the height of a half double, and I literally just go right into that first stitch with a half double. No chaining, nothing. So we're just going to do a row of half double crochets. You just remembered your thumb. Don't forget your other one. No, I'm joking. That doesn't even work as a joke anyway, so don't listen to me. So it's definitely very quick when I do just me on this show for the finish it or focus on it. But hey, we're going to turn it into talk about the finishing and the focusing, and then we'll just go to crocheting on something. So the ribbing on the one blank, I was about to call it blanket. The ribbing on the one cardigan requires me to, I mean, I'm paying attention here too, but I have to pay a little more attention so I'm not, you know, missing stitches, and I have to count and make sure I have, I think it's like 7 or 8 stitches across to complete the row. So anyway, I am, yeah. I don't want to just sit here and not say anything, so I'm like trying to think of something, y'all. I'm bad with small talk sometimes. Good afternoon, Thrifty. I don't know why I saw your name and like my brain just shut down and I was like, wait, come on, brain. Speak. You can read that word. It's not that hard. I don't know why my brain was having such a hard time with Thrifty. Like I could read it, but my brain just it wasn't connecting. So, oh, all that tea I just drank is starting to hit too. But I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be okay as long as I just sit still and crochet. I'll be fine. I found all my samples, y'all, after I got off the live this morning. I want to fix this one. This is my diamond pop in the round. I want to play with this one and fix it. I like the squishiness of it, but I don't know. I think I just need to go. I keep saying this. I think I just need to crochet more on it, and then it will maybe make more sense because I don't know that this is enough rounds to really get a good sense of what it's going to look like. But it is my diamond pop in the round. You can kind of sort of see the diamonds right here on that side, but then when you flip it around for sure, you can see it in the part that dips in. Hello, Kimmy. So this row works up super fast, the half double crochets. I just need to focus on it. Hence the name, Focus on It Fridays. Maybe I should just call the show Focus on It Fridays. I figured that was him. So I do like it, Thrifty. This pattern here, and it's in I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby, and it's so soft and squishy. So that's why I kind of want to keep it like this, but just go further with it. Maybe I'll add some more. You know what? Maybe that I'll make this a scrappy one, and then when I go to do the tutorial, I'll just throw yarn around. I'll just make it in a solid strand of yarn, not like randoms. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pick that up after I put on a couple rows of this. I'm gonna pick that one up and add some rows to it with a random scrap yarn. You know what? I might even just use this one. This is a big twist yarn, but I don't care about mixing big twist and I love this yarn. They work well together. Where's the kitty cat? She must be upstairs in her. So we have a cat carrier that we can take her to the vet in if we need to. I literally leave it out for her on her cat tree on the bottom open, and she will actually go in like it's like a little cave and use it like a, like a little sleep area. I think that's where she's at. Can I just get bored of the glitch thing again? So I think that's where the kitty's at. I'm not sure. Sometimes she hangs out with me down here, but I haven't been down here for a while, and I wasn't down here until right after I ate lunch, so she's been upstairs with us. And if she's comfy and curled up sleeping, she won't get up and follow me. She'll follow her human, but not me. So she's around here somewhere. What? Don't come around here, please. I'm doing something. Yeah, Melissa, I don't like to mix yarns either, but Big Twist and I love this yarn go well together. because I've made blankets where I've actually ran the two together. So I'm not too worried about that, but honestly, this is an excuse to use up my yarn, and I can make this a Boggy Creek blanket. It bothers me to mix yarns, but that kid that gets it might like it and not care, and they're not going to know. So that's the way I look at it. You know, I'm going to be donating it, so it won't be something that I have to look at all the time and remember. I'll just know that I made a blanket and it's out there in the world somewhere, keeping some precious kid warm. You know, that's the way I'm looking at it. So I am still not done. Am I halfway done with this row yet? I am halfway done. Look, I'm about halfway. So this is 130 stitches wide in this mandala gradient. It's not quite my arm length. I could stretch it and it becomes my arm span, but so there you go. I'm just going to keep going. I think these stitches work well together. I hope they do. I can't, y'all are so amazing with these names. Like the cross pop, diamond pop, and now Kendall with this one, across the twisted plains. Oh, I just can't get over that name. So, does anybody want to look that up for me, or should I just look and stop being lazy and look it up myself? I want to make sure that somebody else isn't using it. Oh, here's another contraption I found on Amazon. It's a phone holder that you can charge from. You can actually adjust this, and you can move these like this. You can make it taller, and you can set your phone sideways on it. And so, like, I can, I take this with me. It compacts down like this. It compacts down pretty small, and so I'll throw it in my little to-go pouch like this. I just throw it in here on top of the hooks, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of room in here. And I can take this with me and set my phone up and watch a podcast from one, or watch a tutorial, or listen to a live, or do something on the go. And then I also have the ability that my phone, because it sits on here like this, the charging port is able to be accessible, and so I can take a power block with me or something. It is called Lamical. Lamical is the brand. I don't know if it's gonna show it. Lamical. Lamicall. And so I can look up on here across the twisted plains. Okay, stop putting stuff on my thing. Across the twisted plains. Gosh, I just love that name. It sounds like a show or something. Now there's 10 twisted blanket. Now that's awesome. I better get this tutorial out there ASAP so I can make sure I keep that name. So, oh, there we go. Thank you, Melissa, for doing that too. Okay, I am unmuted. I was like, I hope I remember to unmute myself. I have a child over here that's not mine, and he's being loud up there with my three, or my two boys. I love the name. I should put it out there as a short. I think maybe, Melissa, I put it out there as a short, and that way I can claim the name, right? I'll be like, hey, across the twisted plains tutorial coming soon. Ah, yes. I love it. Okay. Oh my goodness. I love having you guys to crochet with. So I need to know, how do you guys feel about recorded videos of just watching somebody crochet with some music? If I can figure out a way to use free music and not get copyrighted or strikes or anything like that, would you guys be interested in videos like that where I just sit here and not necessarily have to talk? Or because I will literally just sit here and listen to music and just crochet away. Or would you rather me babble about anything and everything that my silly little squirrel brain can come up with? Music isn't your thing. Gotcha. No, hey, that's what I'm asking. I want your honesty. So thank you for being honest. I appreciate you. And I hope that, you guys can be honest with me and give me your honest, sincere, true, loving opinion. And know that you have a space where you can share said opinion. Now, obviously, when we want to keep it a positive, kind place, so, if you have something unkind to say, I guess you could just tell me, but just tell me in an email or something. That way we don't have to worry about it on here. Yeah, I tried a video like that, Melissa. I don't know that it went over well, and I didn't like it. After I put it up, I was like, this was a dud. Not because of how it got viewed or anything, but my own feeling of it. I was like, no. I actually recorded a 20-30 minute video the other day and went, delete, because it was basically me going through the design process of something and it just wasn't working out, and so I just scrapped it because I was like, it's not. And then I came up with this one today, which worked out way better, so it worked out that I deleted it. So yeah, I know some people do and some people don't. I will have to say, where I don't like it is in tutorials, where they just go along and they just point to things and like show it. Like, those I don't care for. I want to hear them talk through it. I don't want to listen to the music. Now, if they're doing like a live or something and there's a little bit of soft music in the background, that's fine. But I don't care for the videos where there's no talking in it, where it's just music and words on the screen. I'd almost rather listen to them talk through it than music. But, there are times where, like, certain people that I watch, like, I think his name's Greg. He's the natural. How's his new channel called? Natural Crochet or something like that. He does these videos where he records several times throughout the week or whatever, and then he splices it all into one video, and there's some little clips in it of him crocheting for a minute or two with music, and I don't mind that so much, because I'm still getting to hear him talk and tell things. Any tips for using scraps? Well, it all depends on what kind of scraps you have. So, like, for me, this is leftover yarn from something. I don't know why I have just this, why I have almost a whole cake here, or I caked up yarn and I didn't use it. So this is like a scrap for me, and so that's what I'm using to play with stitches. This is getting frogged. Don't even bother asking. I don't like the way it's working up, so that one's getting frogged. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do just straight on just crochet quietly with music. So y'all, look, I just love the way this is coming out. So that's one side, and then that's the other side. Good evening, Annie. How was your Friday? Because I'm assuming your Friday is just about over at this point. But so like if it's just a little amigurumi stuffing, or if you make amigurumis, or I don't know. I saw this one person one time say, like, as whenever they would get scraps from a project, say, I don't know. I don't have a good option to show you. Say you just have, like, you know, a little bit left over from a cake or a skein of yarn, you know, just a little bit. Start a granny. Well, you're the one that said you haven't done granny squares because they're hard. She did a granny square where she would just keep going around and around the granny square. As she would get a new piece of scrap, she would add to it, and then it would just keep growing. But you're not going to add a whole bunch of scraps at one time, because it's the way she did it is, as she finished a project, whatever scraps she had, she would add to that blanket and then make little scrap blankets out of them. All right, so my next row is my bead stitch. So I need to do a stacked stacked single for my first double crochet, and then I should oh wait, no, I don't have to do extras on this one. Okay, so I just go into the next stitch, I think. I might open my book up and just double check that I'm doing. I don't think I have to skip on the first, before the first bead stitch. Oh, where did I put that book? There it is. It was very good to finish the children's blanket, and yes, it is now 8:55 p.m. Whew, that is, I'm in bed at that point, but not asleep for me. When it's 8:55 for me, I'm usually crocheting in bed, watching a TV show, something like that, or playing on my phone. All right, so no, I don't skip the first one. Okay. That is awesome. Yeah, so the way I do a granny square, when I finish a round, I half double crochet into the corner, so I do part of the corner, okay, so I get done with round one, I come around, and instead of chaining 2 to go to finish the corner, I do a half double crochet, and then I turn my work, go back the other way, and do a half double crochet when I end that round, and keep doing that until I get to the end. And when I'm on the last round, I will do the chain 2, and then I've been starting to do this invisible join that I like now. So 1. I will say that the special stitches that I did in this blanket, they take a little bit of time to get through each row, but they work up quick, I think. They just take a little bit longer than the half double in between, because, you know, you're not doing just half doubles. You're doing a little bit of extra work. So I'm going to do a few of these, and then I'll show you what this bead stitch is looking like on here. I like doing this bead stitch. I don't know why. I don't love it, but I like it a lot. I love the way it looks. And I don't know. I do kind of like the way it works up too, if I said that already. I didn't say that already. So, I think that's cool. This one stitch marker, though, keeps throwing me off. It's like part of the blanket. And then between these, we're going to put some stitches, so it's going to fill it in a little bit. I suppose I could. That's true, Melissa. I know not everybody watches Juan, so he's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. He's my cup of tea, just not everybody else's cup of tea. He's definitely, I consider him a friend, not necessarily a personal friend, you know, like but I do consider him a friend, and a lot of people, friends that I'm in that community with in our Zoom. So, yeah, I should do a tutorial. That's not a bad idea. Oh, no, Gigi, the border stitch. So I'm only doing, so I'm just using the 3 stitches, the extra stitches here. I'm not really creating a border, but I feel like it actually helped. Look, see my side? It's very straight. So doing 3 before I do that cross is so much better than just doing 1. So I like that, and that's fine. I think it makes for, yeah, that's so much better. It really does. Look, my side's so much straighter. And so yeah, I'm just adding, instead of doing 1 stitch on the edge of my cable stitches, I'm just doing 3. So I took 1 cable stitch out of the whole row, and I divided it up between the 2 ends. So 1 cable stitch was 4 stitches. So I just added 2 to one end and 2 to the other. So that's where I got my 3. Melissa, no, you don't have to be sorry. Like I said, he's not everybody's cup of tea, or a cup of coffee, or a cup of water, or whatever you want to call it. Hey, look, I don't judge you badly because of that. That's your choice. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And like Crystal at Bag of Day, I do like her. I watch her, but she's not someone I follow as regular as I do a lot of other people, So yeah, we all have different things. Kim may not have went live this morning because she probably wasn't feeling well with her tooth pain, I guess. I don't know if she made it to work today. Did she make it to work today? I'm assuming not, if she was in pain. So, see, this, I keep wanting to call it a puff stitch. It almost is a puff stitch, but this bead stitch works up pretty well. I think it works up pretty quick. I can kind of not look at it every so often, but just to make sure I'm going where I need to go and yarning over when I need to yarn over, that I get all that done. Actually, I haven't had a chance to try it yet because I haven't really done anything that I've needed to yet. So I've already completed that one granny square when we were talking about it, so I wasn't able to do it on that one. But I'll try it on the next one if if it's needed. But I don't know. It just depends on the what granny square gets pulled. Or you know what? Maybe I could use it when I do a granny square tutorial. I think I'll do a granny square tutorial for like a 5 to 6 round granny square because I don't want to make it a blanket necessarily. But I am making granny squares out of my scrap yarn, so maybe that's what I'll do. But I also need to finish my March flag first for tutorial wise, and then I will concentrate on making tutorials of like my other blankets and stuff. But next week my husband won't be around a lot, so I'll be able to maybe get some done next week. I can't say I've heard of her channel. Yeah, I haven't heard anything, so I don't know about Kim. Yeah, I'll have to try it on my granny squares, when I do a granny. You know what? Maybe I'll just throw a granny square together and see. I'll have to remember how you said. So you fish, you get a long enough tail, right? After you do the invisible join, right? And then you sew it through the center of the stitches, right? And fish it down to the center and you just knot it down there. in the center. Is that what you said? Hey, anything to help feel better about it not coming undone. Okay, I have at least an hour before I need to be off of here. Do y'all want to hang out longer? I can go another hour. I should get off, but unless you guys give me a minute to go use the restroom real fast, and I'll come right back. You guys want to hang out for another hour? You're just gonna have to give me like a field trip of a minute or two to go use the restroom. Because my liquids are hitting. You leave your starting tail and invisible tail long enough to tie together. I go around the circle with my starting tail first to cinch. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna mute myself and turn the camera off, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I wish I could put something on the screen to be like, potty break. I'll be back. Much better. Stretch break. Yep, it was good to get up and walk too. My foot is like got this weird feeling going in it, like an itch but an ache at the same time. It's weird. It's on the very edge of my foot. Well, going pee doesn't take very long for me. Anyway, feeling too old to be down on the floor cutting out sewing patterns, and I know why I went to crochet. That's funny. I never got into sewing. I couldn't sew anything to save my life with hand sewing or a sewing machine. My husband would literally have to start it for me. And yeah, because he's my sewing machine. Having kids does that to you. Yep, having kids helps you use the restroom quick. So, anyway, so this is like, it works out pretty quick. I'm not quite halfway across the row, but this little stitch works up quicker than I thought it would for being, where you're doing essentially not quite 2 stitches in one, but you're doing a stitch and then you're wrapping around it to create the look. So it's almost like you're doing 2 stitches in one, but you only get, oh, see, I did it wrong. You only get the what's the word I'm looking for? The one chain on top, the one stitch on top. Oh, I still see my sewing teacher from high school. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to make my, like, when I was having my daughter, or before I had her, or after I had her, I can't remember at what time of motherhood it was, but I cloth diapered her and my middle child. But I was sewing, putting together my own wipes, cloth wipes. Um, I got cotton fabric from the store and made my own little cotton square wipes, basically. And we had like a little trash bin that we had a liner in, where the liner, all the diapers, all the liners of the diapers, and all the wipes went into this one bin. But the liner of the trash can would literally come out. You would tip it over into the washing machine without having to touch anything, and then throw the liner in with it, and you would wash it all together and dry it and move on about your day. So I tried to sew some of those square cloth things together. It would have been better had we had, I think it's called a sedger, or it's called sedge, I think, or something, where you like serger. That's what I was trying to think of. It would have helped to do like the edging of the cloth wipes, but I didn't have one of those, so I had to kind of do a serging kind of thing on the edge with the sewing machine that we had. I think, I don't know, or I just sewed up the, like, really close to the edge with like a 1/4 inch, like quarter, like, not 1/4 inch, but like, just a tiny little bit left that was on the one side. But yeah, sorry, I had to take off really fast because my youngest is upstairs playing video games, and he was losing his marbles and speaking words that he shouldn't be speaking. So I had to discipline them and explain to him that if we continue to get angry, that we're going to turn the game off. So anyway, I love crocheting because when I have moments like that, I can come back to this and go, it's almost like it recenters me. Like, my sister-in-law was telling us when we were staying at her house recently, like, well, a couple months ago actually. She has a cat that will go over to this like paper stuff that they have at Crinkles, and she says that he's centering himself when he gets angry or upset or whatever. The cat will go over to this paper and like crinkle, 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 like sit on it and crinkle it, and he'll come off of it happier. That's kind of what I'm doing with this. It recenters me, I guess. while I sit here and, pray to my Lord that He gives me peace and understanding of parenting these children. So, oh no, I gotta do that again. Got lots of lurkers. Got one or two people talking to me, but y'all, I love that. It's just, I find it funny. I have 16 eyeballs. Got 16 peepers. I got 16 lurkers, or Dr. or Mr. Wilsons. They're peeking over the top of the fence. I won't drink that water very fast, so I won't have to pee as much as I did earlier. The tea, I just drink it so quickly that it goes through me quickly, I feel like. You're in lurker mode today. I get it. It's fine. It's fine. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, like, a couple people just talking, but at least a whole lot more watching, which is, I think, is awesome that there's people watching. So, hi! Welcome to the crazy show! You know what? I lurk too, so it's just funny to be on this side and see it. That's all it is. I'm not like trying to make people be here and talk. It's because I do the same thing. I sit in the background going, "Oh yeah, that's great," and I'm sitting here crocheting and concentrating on this, and so that's, why you don't see me a lot in the comments sometimes. No, I just find it funny just being on my end of it, Well, hello, Flower Tammy. I didn't even know you were here. And there's my panda. Panda, we're having anger issues with video games. Hey, Jetty Jet. The youngest is upstairs playing Fortnite. And he's dying due to a glitch or something in the game, and it's driving him crazy. And driving Mama crazy too. Yeah, go get your gaming buddy upstairs. He's not having it today. Oh, you know how cool that would be to see you see you playing the video games on there with them. They would get a kick out of that. But I know you do a lot of PC games. So we don't have a PC for them to play on. I have my computer that I'm on right now, but it's an Apple computer. It's not really a gaming computer. They have PlayStation and Nintendos. Yeah, Fortnite's kind of... Hello, Miguel. Oh, 80 degrees. Nice. You don't like it being a... Well, he's only 7, so... you could play against him. He's not the greatest, but he can stand up for himself in that game. That game can be, it'll set off a 40-year-old. My husband plays, and he gets very passionate with it too. I don't know why. I mean, I get it. Losing sucks, but still, it's like, come on, it's just a game. Well, hello, Louise. Good evening. Aw. Oh, 80 degrees? That's not hot at all. Please send it my way. I'll take it. Because I think it's like barely in the 40s outside here. It looks so dreary outside. Like, I'm surprised I have the energy I have, or the spunkiness that I have. Yeah. Fortnite's definitely a PC game, but they play it mostly on the PlayStation and Nintendo, and I think that hurts them a little bit because it's not as fluid or it's more, it's got more issues, glitchier, you know what I mean. It just has more technological issues for some reason on the platforms that they play on versus the PC, because it is a PC game that I think it originally started out as a PC game. Or yeah. 77 in Florida. I would take that too. Yeah, I mean I would take 60 today, to be honest. And some sunshine and a light breeze. I might even be bundled up and sitting outside in the sunshine. We need some sunshine around here. Hello, Melissa H. I'm glad you get what I mean, Panda. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad I'm making sense to somebody. Got my Melissa G and Melissa H in here. I'm almost done with this row, y'all. This is awesome. And then I can do an inspection and see if it's I need to look and see what my stats are on my blanket so far. Melissa G, you're following the tutorial. How do you like it? Is there anything I could fix about it? I need feedback. I need people to tell me, like, you know, better lighting or whatever, something. Necky days. Oh goodness. You had no problems with it. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing I could fix. Really, I mean, I'm sure there's something. I'm not perfect at anything by any means. Let me see. Content. All right, so on that blanket, I have less than 300 views on it. I mean, I get it. I'm a smaller channel. It's not going to be like Michael, you know, where he gets thousands of views on his amazing blankets. Oh, I hope he gets to feeling better, because I seriously can't wait for Saddleback. I don't need another blanket to start. Miguel, this is a blanket. It's my new blanket pattern. I'm working it up in an actual blanket instead of just a sample to show people. And we came up with the name Across the Twisted Plains. So this is the sample that I made this morning. Now, the bottom down here is going to be slightly different because I changed up how I started it. Instead of doing the 2 rows like I have here, I did just 1 row of foundation half double crochets, and then I started the pattern. So, Across the Twisted Plains. Yeah, I heard you passed along something to him, Panda. That wasn't nice. Shame, shame, shame. So yeah, maybe this one will garner some more views. I don't know. I mean, I get that other ones. It's a very specific kind of person that'll like it, and I like that there are a few people doing it. Look, by no means do I want to see thousands upon that, like hundreds of thousands of views or anything on my stuff, because that just means I got viral, and I don't know that I really want to be viral. I just want to be seen. That's it. That's it. So anyway, so yeah, I'm just working on the bead stitch row. This is called the bead stitch. Oh, I just did it wrong. I keep doing this wrong. This bead stitch keeps throwing me. Because I'm talking, that's what it is. It's because my mouth. Isn't that cool? It looks like, it reminds me of like little twisters, and so that's why we called it twisted. And then you got the twist, the cross down here. It looks like twisters. And because I live in Nebraska, I live on the plains, you know, I'm pretty much in the plains area. I was like, ooh, we should add that in there. And then Kendall, the amazing Kendall, she came up with across the twisted plains. Well, we were coming up with like across the plains because I was getting that, I kept using the word cross going across things, and so it was just like a cross needs to be in there. So, woo, big screen. I'm going big time now. Woohoo! I should start talking like this because my voice got deeper because I just scared y'all away. Oh, well, I'm really bad about reaching out and saying, because I did label it as a Boggy Creek possibility on my thumbnail. But I haven't actually I don't know. I'm one of those people, I feel weird about going, hey, look at me over here, I have a blanket. You know, look what I have. I mean, I want people to know it, you know, at the same time. I try to tell people, oh yeah, I'm working on my blanket and da 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 da, but I just, you know, I don't know. I don't want to be pushy. And I know they would add it to their playlist if they knew about it. Yeah, let me finish this row, Melissa, and I'll show you guys what I have on my cross pop, the one that I was talking about. It has 284 views right now. So if you haven't watched it yet, just watching it helps, because the more it's watched and liked and commented on, I think that's how it gets pushed out more. I don't know, to other people, and sharing it to other people too, I guess. So I am actually really surprised at this bead stitch, how quickly it actually works up. Like, you do a double crochet into the stitch, and then you do like a puff stitch around it. So you yarn over, go around it, yarn over, go around it, and pull up loops 3 times, and then you know, pull through certain ones and it creates it. So there you go. There is the row of, and you can see it's starting to fade into the lighter color. Okay, so now I'm going to turn, and I'm going to do stacked single to make my double. And then I'm going to do my extended double in that first skip stitch from the row below. And then I put my double in there, and then I go along. I know, it's so pretty, isn't it? Yeah, it's the steel blue gradient from the Lion Brand Mandala. Lion Brand Mandala Gradient Steel Blue. So, yay, I think this is working out better. My edges are straighter. Thank you, Vivian, if you're still here. Thank you for that tip, for helping me fix my blanket. Look, my edge is so much straighter. Now it's sticking out a little bit right here because of that bead stitch, but like, I can see the edge is straighter. So much better. I'm one of those people. Something worked. All these gradients are, I love the mandala gradients. I saw someone review that they didn't care for it because of it having splotchiness in the one colorway that she used, and then it like got her hands all weirdly colored and stuff. But I think, in my honest opinion, she had a bit of a reaction to it, to be honest. And then the splotchiness I get, because it does have like these little blotches of color sometimes, but I've only noticed it in the pink and the burgundy. I have not noticed it in this one yet. that I know of, that I can remember. So I was going to start taking my stitch markers out, but I just thought, you know what? I'm going to leave them there for now in case I have to frog back out. But I think I have it figured out now. I think. So if I'm going to, once I finish the first repeat of this blanket, I'm going to look at it and inspect it and see if everything lines up the way I want it to. And if it does, guess what? I'll start recording a tutorial eventually, hopefully next week, while my hubby is busy working. From your journey last night. Okay, Beck. Yay! I love when you hang out with me, Panda. Thank you. You know, Panda, seriously, one of these days, Michael and I need to have a powwow, and I need to see a certain someone's face, because I would love to see what you look like. Not that it's going to change my opinion of you, but just that curiosity has got to be satisfied. I mean, pandas are cute. I will give you that. I like pandas, so. Okay, I'm having a conundrum here, guys. I just set this down, and it is buckling. I don't know how to show you guys this. Let me show you, see if I can show you. Yeah. Panda is what you look like. Well, I mean, that's not a bad thing to look like. Okay, so I just set it down on my desk, and you see this right here? It look, and when I flatten it, look what happens. It curves. And if I try to straighten it up, it's like I have too much going on that bead row. Oh, you shouldn't be nervous at all. People just want to see your face. You know what you should do? Just one time, what's the word I'm looking for? Just just do like a quick walkthrough behind him without your panda thing on. But y'all see this? It's almost like I need to take a bead out. You know what I'm saying? Like I have too many beads on that row. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Or is it my foundation row? Is my foundation row causing it to do this? Or see that? This is bothering me. My edges are straight, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. My tension really changed that much? I don't know. I want to fix this. I feel like it has something to do with, because it's the right number of stitches. But it's almost like, and I did that foundation row, so it's supposed to give it stretch, but watch it, it goes back. I know, I really like it, but this is bugging me. It shouldn't be doing it that much, though, really. I know it gets looser as I go, but it's like, I usually don't have this much of an issue with stuff. Like, if you look at this, it's hard to see this one because of the white color. Ugh. Yeah, you can't really see it, but it doesn't buckle nearly as bad. You think maybe I should just keep going and just see what happens? Just do one cake and see what happens? And maybe when I put another row of this cable stitch on top of that, it might, I don't know, it might fix it. It just, I want it to be like that. Just stop buckling. Oh. Okay, what did Melissa say again? The bobbles take more room and make it curve. Yeah, that's possible. It's very, very possible. So I wonder if by putting on the more rows, it would, pull it back in. Just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep going. We'll see what happens. I haven't gotten past this point on it yet because I think it was starting to do that before, and I don't know. I just know sometimes you do have to just trust the I thought I might have to. Had it happen to you? So this is a new blanket pattern that I've come up with, and it's now showing some issues, and so I'm trying to figure out if there's something I can do to fix it, or do I just keep going? I see when I hold it like this, it's fine, and I'm not stretching it out. Look, I'm just holding it but it doesn't buckle. It's just when I lay it down, it buckles. So I'm wondering if I should just keep going, because this stitch, the bead stitch, I followed the pattern to a T. So the number of stitches across this row is the correct number of stitches for it. And so I think I just need to keep going. I think I just need to trust the process. It's not in every stitch though. It's actually skipping one. So I am giving it room. It's just, I think it needs more space. Not more space. That's what you just said. I think it just needs, I'm trying to find it again. I think it just needs, yeah, because if you look at this picture, right here, this is the bead stitch right here. It's in every other stitch. And if you look at the chart down here, there's actually no chains between them. So I think I just need to keep going. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. I think that's the issue. It's just I'm getting too, too worked up too quick, too soon. I want to try and hurry up and get a half double crochet row on top of this row, because maybe that'll help. I don't know. I like this spike stitch though between. It's the extended double crochet, but it's it creates like a spiked looking stitch between the beads. Because I'm actually going down into the stitch between the beads. But I'm also skipping one on top of the bead, so that way it evens it out. What's this? This is JB's Crochet making a blanket. This is a blanket pattern that I'm going to be releasing eventually. It is going to be called Across the Twisted Plains. And it looks, I don't know. I am just loving, especially this gradient. If I was into color controlling, I would make it work to where it would fade a little bit better, but I'm just letting the color fall where it falls. So I still haven't caught up to the yarn that I pulled off of the cake yet. Like, this is where it's at. So you can see what I've spun back on there. That's all I have left before it gets to the actual cake. Yeah, I know. I think I get a little too antsy, Panda and Cami. I think I'm just getting antsy, and so it's like, uh-oh, what am I doing? You know, and then I start going, oh, I need to second guess myself. This doesn't look right. I gotta fix it. You know, it's just how my brain works. You know, if it doesn't look right now, is it gonna look right later? But I think it'll work itself out, to be honest, because I mean, if you look at this sample I made, it's a smaller sample, but it, you know, it lays flat. So like, but also it's made with a row of foundation half double crochets, and then I put a row of doubles here because I was actually making a different pattern, and instead of frogging out that row of doubles, I left them there. So I was just like, I'll just go on top of the doubles. So I don't think the row of doubles being there does absolutely anything to it, but I think because I went further and did another repeat, it's keeping it all like happy, you know? And that's what I just need to keep telling myself. Keep going further. I'm not even one repeat through yet. I got to complete the whole repeat. Yeah, I beat you to it. Because like I said, that's just how my brain works. I don't have a lot of confidence in myself. Look, Panda, I have a hard time being on here in front of people too. It makes me nervous because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to scare people off by saying the wrong thing, you know, but I try to also be honest with you guys and how I feel and what I think, but also in a respectful, kind way, you know. So I always worry about being good enough, you know, Panda, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. I know a lot of people out there are curious, so I can't be the only one. I feel like I have seen your face once, but I just don't remember where. So I don't know if I have or not. I do remember seeing, actually, no, I don't think I saw your face. I think I saw, you did like a birthday dance for somebody with that panda thing on your head a long time ago. Aw, you guys are so awesome. Well, I mean, I'm modest, so it's like, and also I've been doing this long enough that it's like, well, I mean, it comes naturally to me. So I don't feel like I need to be praised and stuff about it. I don't know. I guess I am yet another person in the world that can't take a compliment very well. Hey, this blanket's going to have my hair in it, just like every other thing I make. Because, you know, it's got to be in everything. I will say that this gradient is a little bit more subdued to work with than that bright hot pink. I don't remember who it was. Oh, I know you wouldn't be here if you didn't enjoy it, but I'm just, you know, I don't know. Without doing what others are doing and doing my own thing, you know, it's hard to come up with what I want to do to show you guys. I think that's part of my issue with why I start so many things. I want to have new stuff to show you all the time. I don't know. I just think I just get bored really easily, and maybe that's my issue. Is I have to have something new at every moment. of the day. But also, I get hyper focused on certain things. Like this is my hyper focus today, is this thing. When I find something I really like, I like can't put it down. You don't know what that's like, hair and projects? Oh. Yeah. So, I mean, people, you know, are going to get my hair in their projects, the things I make for them. So, I tried, if I notice it, I try to pull it out, but yeah, I'm sure I miss quite a bit. And a lot of this is from frogging it out onto the ground and then the yarn picks it up. Cuz I don't care. I just go straight on the ground, not outside or anything, but just, you know, around my house. Oh. Oh my goodness, yours is a 4 foot long. Ooh, whew, that's some long hair. I bet that's some gorgeous hair though. A lot of upkeep on that. I love long hair though. I recently cut a lot of mine off, and it's actually growing back out. Um, and I'm looking forward to it getting long again. It was down past my arm, like it was getting stuck in my armpits, and so that's why I got it cut short. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna let it go, but I do miss my long hair that I had halfway down my back. Oh, I don't mind telling you his name. I've already put it out there to the world. His name's Jonathan, Jonathan. And he loves hearing people talk about him or I mean, he gets a little embarrassed actually about it. He goes, how they know me, or how they know I'm, you know, he still doesn't quite understand that he can't be seen, and that, you know, I type his name into the chat and stuff for people to say hi to him. He's like, wait, hold on, how'd they know I was here? That's because I told them to say hi. Oh, yeah, he might get a kick out of that. I'm almost done with my, I don't know what to call this row, the spiked double crochet row, because it is basically like a spiked stitch. I don't know why I like blankets so much. You know, I said I was going to do 1 row of color a day on my Tunisian Gigabyte blanket. I have dropped the ball on that a little bit this week, but I can get almost 2 sections done in a day, so. Yep, so the J, so I'll tell you guys if you haven't heard me say it before, but the JAI in my name, JB's, is actually the letter, the pronunciation of the letter J. And both my boys' names start with the letter J, and my daughter's name starts with the letter B. So the word B is just the pronunciation of the letter B. So it's basically like a pronunciation name. And yeah, so, and then I love crochet, obviously. So that's where that came from. Oh, yeah, I was going to say JB is not, yeah. JB is not my last name. It's it's a very simple name. Very simple last name. But yeah, I try not to use my last name on here too much. There was a live I did that if you find it, you'll find my last name, because I left it on there when I was using EV Mux. But it was on there for a few minutes, and then it was gone. Okay, I gotta remember how to do this end here. Okay, so it goes this way. So I just do my double crochet and then one on the end. Okay. Double crochet and then one on the end. Okay. I'm loving how this spike stitch looks with the darker yarn underneath it. Isn't that cool looking? That's funny. All right, so I'm going to turn my work and untwist my thing there. There we go. Okay, what was my next row again? I think it's just half doubles. Half a double, half a double, half a double. Where am I at here? Oh, right here. Yeah, just a row of half doubles. So easy row. All right, so we got about 15 more minutes. I need to get off in about 15 minutes. I know. This yarn is awesome. It really accentuates certain stitches nicely. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys my cross pot blanket that I'm on. The progress. I don't think I showed it this morning, but some of y'all weren't here this morning. So this is 2.5 cakes in with the hot pink on that blanket. It's got some weight to it. I like it. So this is on my channel as a tutorial. It is called the Cross Pop blankie. I should start naming things blankies on my tutorials instead of just blankets. Put them as blankies. This yarn panda is the Mandala Gradient. The one I'm currently using is the Steel Blue. You can find this at Walmart. I like to actually pick this stuff and Red Heart up at Walmart because it's a lot cheaper. It's like $6 for a cake, for me anyway. Well, thank you for coming, Cammie. So now I am gonna do my half double crochet row. I like this row. It works up a little faster because, you know, it's just a row of half double. So when I'm not working with this, I have to put this down like this where it's not attached anymore. So that way it doesn't, because if it gets low enough, it will actually sit here. And if you get it going, it will actually keep going and let itself fall off. And so when I'm not working with it, I have to make sure to detach it so that way it doesn't spin while I'm not using it. Oh, that stinks, Melissa. H. I have several Walmarts I can go to. And yes, I agree that there's certain Walmarts that all they have is, so the length of my yarn shelves behind me is all they have there at certain ones. And I avoid those because they usually don't have a very big selection. Now, the ones that I know that have a full aisle, even if it's just one side, I will tend to go to those first because they have a larger yarn selection. But sometimes the smaller ones aren't bad because they will have a lot of these there, so I will still check them out. You're at 32 inches, Melissa G. I think you're ahead of me. Because like I said, I'm only at 2.5 inches. 2.5 of the gradient cakes into it. I haven't finished the third cake yet. So, but how many cakes? Wait, no, you're doing Red Heart. You're doing that Red Heart ombre. I love the picture you sent me. I was like, oh, look, it's so neat seeing other people work my stuff up. I saw people making my Giddy Giggle Beanie, Giddy Giggle Beanie. Now that was a mouthful, but I still love the name of that one. The ombre, yeah, the Red Heart Ombre Baja Blue. That's a pretty one. Oh, I gotta switch my legs. So I think I just need to keep going with this. And I'm just going to keep going, to be honest, because I think it'll work itself out. It's still going to buckle, I think, but once I get more on it, maybe it won't. Now, I mean, to be honest, my cross pop is buckling. So, but I'm just like, whatever. With that one, I'm just like, I can't make anything straight. Nothing I make ever is going to come out perfect, and that's fine. And I've always had that mentality where nothing's going to be perfect. Yes, I have a perfectionist brain mindset, but I've also gotten to the point with that mindset that I can't control everything and make everything perfect. So I'm going to get it as close to that perfection that I'm striving for as I can. And then I'm just going to be like, you know what? It's good enough. And that's where, on some things I can do that. So, yeah, I have yet to make a granny square blanket or some square blanket that I don't have to forcibly straighten. And then I put it on carpet. Melissa G, the best trick to trick your brain? Lay it on carpet, because then you can spread it out and it'll stay put. and you can get your straight edges. And you can get it flat like you want it to be. So, and then I love that Michael came along and he tells this story about something about, I can't remember is it the grandmother? Or somebody taught him to leave mistakes and stuff. And so he purposely leaves mistakes in things if he makes one. Now, there are items that he makes that sometimes he doesn't have any mistakes in. But if he has one little mistake in it, that's, he's easily able to go over and not have to fix it, he'll keep it there on purpose. Yeah, exactly. On the carpet or on your bed, because your bed, the friction of your comforter or blankets on your bed also help, and your couches, if you have fabric couches and not plastic couches. Lisa H is making the cross pop too. Yay! What yarn are you using? Well, neither do you. Except for that one. Bleep! Bleep, 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 bleep. Oh, goodness. I thought about trying this blanket in a different yarn, but I thought that it would be too busy, so I tried this one. And then I remembered from when I started my cross pop with the hot pink over here that, y'all, the recommended hook size is too small for it. It needs to be at least a 6 or higher. And so I went to a 6.5. That's what this is. This is a 6.5. Oh, so you're making it scrappy. Ooh. I can't wait to see that. Are you in my Facebook group, Lisa? If not, I can. Panda, are you in my Facebook group? Because Panda is on here. He's a moderator. If he ain't busy. If you're in my Facebook, I don't know that you are in my Facebook group. You know what? Here, I'll share it. I don't know that is Michael in my Facebook group? I don't think Michael's in it. Y'all want to join my Facebook group? And Melissa G, that was the whole point of my blanket. When I'm designing these blankets, I want them to be the same on both sides. The only thing, where is it? Like the diamond pop will have the same texture on both sides as well. Where did I put it? I had it up here. Well, I'm just going to make a mess of yarn again. I picked all this up to go to the bathroom and now It's a mess. All over again. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. So like this one, this is another one I'm going to come out with. This one's called the, Melissa, you helped me name this one, I think. Yeah. This one's called the Cozy Twist. And it's got a different texture on the front than it does the back. It's similar, but you can see a difference in the way it looks. I think. Can you guys see a difference? I feel like I see a difference on this side than I do this side. I see more of like this bumpy line on this side. You see the bumpy line? And you don't really see it on the front. So I love texture on both sides. Like I want it to be on both sides. So that's my whole point with all these blankets that I want to come out with. But I feel like I'm going to either redo this one or just keep going to see what this one turns out with more stitches on. You know, I feel like this one needs to be bigger to really get a good idea of it. All right, so we just hit the 3 hour mark. Not literally 3 hours on here, but I'm going to give you guys about 5 more minutes, and then I have to make sure I get off of here and get my daughter and my youngest ready to go to dance. He's going to hate me, but we're going to hopefully he'll be okay with taking a tablet to play on because he's got to go with me. Yes. For which one, Melissa? The Diamond Pop or the Cozy Twist? Well, only one of them. Oh, I hope he has fun in the car while we're waiting at dance. I will be doing tutorials on these eventually. I think these are going to wait because I really want to get this one out. Now, look how cool that's looking. I want to make a Tunisian blanket with one of this yarn. I might have to start collecting it. When I go to Walmart, just buy a bunch at a time, like 4 or 5, so I can make a nice big blanket in some Tunisian stitch tutorial or blanket pattern that Michael comes up with. I wonder if he needs to come out with one that utilizes the gradient of this yarn, because that would be amazing. Right? You can't keep up. Yes, the Cozy Twist. Yes, I will be doing a tutorial on that one. I'm hoping that the way I worked up the Cozy Twist, that it's different enough, because I feel like I keep seeing when I come across YouTube channels one like it, but they don't do. So let me get some water real quick. Ooh, see, I don't have Menagerie because that was too thin for me, so I didn't buy any. I do have DK weight yarn I am going to make something with, but I prefer 4 weights and up. Anyway, there is a stitch out there called the 3D V-stitch. It looks very similar to this, but they work it up differently than how I did it. So I think it'll be different enough that it won't be the same. Your Walmart only has the blue. Well, if you ever want any of the other colors in the gradients, I have almost all of them. I have the teal one I've been able to find. I have the black one I've been able to find. I have the burgundy one I've been able to find, and then obviously the steel blue, and then the hot pink. I'm hoping maybe now that Joann's is going out of business, which sucks, that maybe we'll start seeing the other Lion Brand Mandala gradients, like the yellow and the brighter blue one, the brighter teal one, I mean. Maybe we'll see those in the store at Walmart or somewhere else, because those are pretty too, and I would love those. All right, I've hit the 2 hour mark. I got to get off of here. Thank you guys for being so amazing and supportive and just talking and chatting with me. So, I want the purple one. Oh, man. Melissa, you got my hopes down. Because I don't think I can find the purple one. I really want the purple one. I'm going to have to do some... Where can I order the purple one? Can I order it anywhere? Oh, hey, let me give you guys my Facebook group. Like, squirrel. Copy link. All right, here you guys go. Go join my Facebook group if you haven't. I want to see your guys' makes, especially those that are sharing, or not sharing, those of you that are making the blankets that I've put out. And then Panda, I want you in there maybe. Well, no, not maybe. I want you in. I want you and Michael both in there if you can join. I would love to have you guys in there. If you're not already. I don't think Michael's in there, but that'd be great if you guys could. Just make sure you answer the questions. I make anybody, even if I know you from YouTube, I make you answer the questions because you never know if the person trying to get in with that same name is somebody else. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go search Amazon for that purple because I might be breaking my March no-buy band because I have made it 7 days and not bought a single skein of yarn, thread of yarn, except for my subscriptions don't count. I have subscriptions to 2 places that I get those, and those don't count as my yarn buys. Panda, I only use it for my group, for Juan's group and my group, and then some other crochet groups that I'm in. I don't really use it anymore for personal things, and I don't use Instagram. I tried to get on that. I have it, but I don't use it like I use YouTube and Facebook. Although YouTube now is changing their post tab where you can use it like a community page, like your group pages and stuff. So we'll see. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I got to run, and I will see you guys. And if I do any recorded videos, I'll see you on the streets there. But I'll see you guys on the YouTube streets over the weekend. And then I will be back live Monday morning, 7:45, 8 o'clock-ish. Because my husband will be off that morning. And I don't know what time he's leaving for work late in the day. Because he's leaving later in the day than normal. So thank you, Panda. Here's for all you guys. Thank you. I truly mean this. I don't know which one to give you guys. I can never remember. I think it's this one that I like. Yes, I love the fireworks. And then I love my confetti. I got balloons and confetti all at the same time this morning. I don't know. It's like I held them up like simultaneously or something, and it gave me both. So thank you guys for being here, and I will see you next Friday too. For Finish It or Focus on It Fridays, as long as life doesn't life too hard. Have a great Friday and great weekend. Love you guys.